We had a nor'easter last year and it rained for 3 days non-stop.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and welcome back to the 1925 bungalow. Where am I? Well, the upstairs looks a lot more 1925 than where I'm sitting right now. This looks a lot like 1935. Yeah, this is the Depression era living room, and this is down in my basement. It's still a work in progress, but everything down here is authentic, except for that carpet from the era of the 1930s, maybe even into the early 40s a little bit. And I'll take you on a little bit of a tour back here. My goal eventually is to do something with these walls, which is just concrete block. You can see it's white concrete block. I painted them myself because this basement hadn't been painted in years. And by the way, in case you're new, I'm not below ground. No subterranean issues with water and humidity. This house has what's called a walkout basement. That's what we call them in Jersey. I don't know what you call them anywhere else. But the floor of the house, the living floor of the house, is up so high that the foundation, which is the basement, is actually only about 10 inches below the or subterranean, or below the ground level. So what does that mean? It means that I've got 6-foot ceilings in the basement. I'm 5'10", so that's okay. But I don't have issues with humidity. I do run a dehumidifier, but there are windows, and right now it's kind of well, it's sun is getting ready to go down, so it's getting dark outside. And but that's a window right there. There are 1, 2, 3, there are 4 windows here which can be opened up to let in plenty of light and plenty of breeze as well. So anyway, what you might be able to see in this Depression era living room, I guess I'll let you see a little bit of it. I said I wasn't really going to do this. Well, that's not supposed to be there. That's going to be, you can see there's a nice old shell mohair covered chair over there. I love that. Ignore anything that you might see that's sort of behind it. I'm still moving things around. This will obviously go somewhere. That is a grandfather clock radio. Old FDR is keeping his eye on us. And then behind me is a really nice Art Deco radio on a 1930s table with an Art Deco lamp that has been following me around for a very long time. A blue glass mirror, and then let's see over here, another mohair covered chair, and you'll see some Art Deco items there. The table has the blue glass on it, and there's Daybreak. Don't hang Daybreak in the basement. They'll be foxing because of moisture. I already told you there isn't any moisture down here, and I've lived here for a year. And in fact, 3 days before I settled on this house, well, about a week before I settled on this house, We had a nor'easter last year, and it rained for 3 days non-stop. And basement dry as a bone. So, don't have any moisture issues. And at least with it being down here, it's not in any direct sunlight, and it won't fade. And just a few other old things. There's a desk over there, and I'm still working on it. As I said, I'm having a good time trying to just fiddle around. Now, let me see, what is that? Get rid of that. Okay. Now, I guess, really, you may wonder, well, oh no, I want to see your china closet. You'll see the china closet again. But this is where, for the most part, I'll be conducting live sales. And the reason for that is because I was tired of my dining room being torn up constantly. You can imagine with 20 to 30 items, the dining room table was always covered with stuff, and then it would wind up in the kitchen, and then it needed to be carted downstairs the next day and packed, and then carted back upstairs. And I'm unplugging extension cords and moving ring lights, and I never felt settled. I said, you know what? Let me create sort of like my own little studio down here. Now, I use this space back here. Yeah, you're not seeing the whole basement. Ooh, there's plenty of room in that direction. But it's cozy down here, and the washer and dryer is here, and there's a refrigerator down here. And I have heating ducts I can open, but I'll be honest with you, last winter, I was down here a lot. I never opened the heating duct, the heating vent, one single time. Because the heating ducts, which are all around me to go upstairs and feed the upstairs, they get nice and warm. And this basement just doesn't get cold. It might be maybe 1 degree cooler than upstairs. So I never really had to have an auxiliary heater. It was great. And you turn on the dryer, you know, and you get some heat from that. Anyway, what was I telling you? So I'm down here a lot. Oh, I know. What you can't see is this big library table that I'm sitting at which I'm sitting. I can put all of my items here. My packing and shipping department is here in the basement, and no longer will I have to, Tuesday morning, spend 2 hours cleaning off the dining room, bringing all the things downstairs. When I find new items, they go straight to the kitchen, they get washed. They'll come straight down to the 1930s living room, and I have a storage area over here where I can measure them, sort of catalog them, curate what I'm going to do for the sales. And it's not cluttering up my upstairs, you see? And then I do the packing down here. And because this is a walkout basement, I can pull my truck around, open up the basement door. It's not steps that you have to go up, you know, with a bulkhead. It's one little 6-inch step. You just step right out into the backyard, and the boxes can go right into the truck. Before, I would carry all the boxes upstairs, across the house, out the front door, out the porch, and then down 2 sets of steps, which would be the equivalent of an entire flight of steps, because the house sits about 1 full story off of street level. All right. Does that help? So I'll be filming in different parts of the house again, but live sales, gonna happen here. Now, in case you were wondering, I know who that voice is. Who is it? It's Vaughn Monroe, the voice with muscle, AKA the voice with muscle. And he was all over the radio in the 1940s and 50s. I know my grandparents went to hear him on the boardwalk in Atlantic City in the 1950s. Yeah. That set of grandparents, the ones that gave me soda and Pringles, not the other set of, they wouldn't be caught dead in Atlantic City. But anyway, well, I take that back. Atlantic City was a little bit different in the 1950s, but they wouldn't have gone to a Vaughn Monroe concert. Anyway, I have a photograph of my grandparents on the boardwalk under the marquee that says Vaughn Monroe and his orchestra. So I know they saw him live. Why else am I here now? Well, I'm having a live sale tonight with David. It's Monday night. It's time for the Two Chaps live sale on his channel. If you don't know who that is, that's David at a channel called Vintage Uprising Texas. And on the second Monday of every month, we trade off. My channel, his channel, my channel, his channel. And we call it the Two Chaps. I won't be in flannel. I got to go put on my tweed and bow tie, and we get dressed up for you. And we sell 10 items each. Good stuff, too. So I'm going to show you a few of the things, not all of them, just a few. And then I'd like you to come join us. Remember, the Two Chaps live sales always begin at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, every other chance or every other time I begin at 8 o'clock. Because David is in Texas and they're an hour different from us. That gives him a chance to get home from work, finish the meatloaf, put the dishes away, and then get settled before the live sale. Okay, so tonight at 9 o'clock on his channel, I'll link it below. Few things for sale, just a few I'm going to show you now, but we'll have a gorgeous carnival glass bowl. And I know it might look black to you there, but if I turn it around, you'll see the iridescence and you'll see that it is blue indeed. So we'll call this blue because that's the base color. Persian medallion, we'll have that tonight for the carnival glass collectors. And if you are a fan of cobalt blue, you might be interested in this 1930s L.E. Smith cobalt blue vase, which is wonderful. I still don't know who made these, but they're nice. Very, very stylized into the 1930s and 40s. Beautiful glass fish bookends. Let me set one down so that you can have a better look. Look at the waves under here. You see that? And the fins and everything. Angelfish, is that what he is? Well, they are stylized in that 1930s look era. And they're great. Oh, that was one of his big hits, Rum and Coca-Cola. And Andrew's sister sang that too. No chips, no cracks on the fins, and they're nice and heavy glass bookends. I have never seen these before. I do not know who the maker was, but I think they're fantastic. We're also going to have two cast iron bookends. These are going to date to around 1930, and we have a colonial scene there, probably an American colonial scene. I love these. And unmarked, but made by one of the American companies. Could have been 5 or 6 or 7 different companies that made. So I have the two of these cold painted, and they've never been over painted. So I'm excited about those to offer you tonight. And then finally, a chinoiserie style metal lamp from the Depression era, believe it or not, the 1920s and 30s. This kind of thing was in style more in the 20s. It's a nice small size table lamp. Yeah, it's not cloisonné, although it may look like it, and I've shown you this a few times. But I'll give you a close-up look at it. And you can see we've got these two wonderful old sockets, which, you know me, I double-check my sockets, and I just cringe when I see those brand-new, cheap brass sockets made in China and they're stuck on an old fixture. No, 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 no. Look at the old pull cords. See that? And then it's nice at the bottom. A little with this embossed, or not embossed. Well, there went the word that I was trying to think of, so we'll just let it go. Can't remember what I was going to say. But classic 1920s, all day long. Get yourself a really neat silk shade for this. And you'll have a nice little accent lamp, which would really be for like an end table in a living room, that kind of size. So fit like that next to a chair, that kind of thing. I love this. So put this over here and we'll have that for you tonight as well. What else? Well, there will be more. But you're gonna have to come see me at 9 o'clock tonight to find out, okay? All right, so enjoy your dinner. And I know this video is late. Some of you are gonna be like, well, for Pete's sake, why did you give us time to watch it? Well, I got running around doing stuff this weekend, you know how it is. And but anyway, I hope to see you tonight at 9 o'clock on David's channel. I might pop on early on mine, you know, like I like to do to sort of excite the crowd and then get everybody to come join us at 9. So I hope to see you then. And until then, from the 1935 living room, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Oh, and guess what? Before you wait for the cat, there will be probably where that table is right there, come Christmas time, an old Christmas tree with old 1930s electric lights on it and old Christmas ornaments. And we're going to decorate this room in the 1930s Christmas style as much as I can in this small area. So I hope you'll look forward to that. Now wait for the cat. So long for now. See you later.